Good morning, everyone. It's a morning rush outside, about 5:45. Rush into wherever people go at 5:45 in a small town of 50,000 people in Arizona in triple-digit weather. It's already high 70s and it feels very dry out here. I had to water twice yesterday. We are in that time where we're supposed to water twice. I had hoped to, avoid that, but I watered early in the morning, early enough. And then when I came out at 3 o'clock for some reason, and I started checking some of the containers and they felt dry. And I was like, whoa, better water again. So everything got watered again. For all that I'm on, drip irrigation, I do still have a lot of runaways that aren't on drip, especially the city patty pickers. I tried to put them on drip, but I'm not delivering enough water to them. And I was having the drip run into the filler tube, but I would need more than that because they need about, looks like 3 gallons a day. I don't know if they're using it all, but it's getting dry, so water's going somewhere. Previously, when I've been coming out at this hour, it's had a sort of a coolness about it. Cool mornings. That's not to say when the day is going to be 99, because I think we were not projected to get to 100 again today, but 99, which, come on, that's 100. But because it's going to be warmer, we're already starting a little bit warmer. I opened my front door. I have a security door. Everybody here has security doors, so I bought one. Partially so I can have my front door open and people not see in, because you really can't see through these things. They're steel, really tiny perforations. I've shown it to you, not the door per se, but I've shown you photos just going out, or videos just going outside through the door. And to a large extent, I probably got it from my cat. I'm not a window opener, certainly not around here, and my windows are old on this house. They all need replacing. Also, he would scratch the screens. Can't have that. So, but this is a steel door. He can't scratch it, but he gets to feel like he's looking outside. I opened the door and my air conditioner kicked on right away. I was like, oh, here I am, cooling Arizona again. So I had to, kick up the air conditioner. Here's what I know about snapdragons, which isn't a lot. They sure like this 100-degree stuff. Now, I don't have mine full in the sun. I'll show them to you. Now, they're right behind that's the tangerine crossvine. So there's a little grouping right there, a little pot, and then there's a bunch that I put in a little bowl there. I needed the pot they were in or something. Can't remember what it was. And they're all blooming all of a sudden because it's miserably hot. Isn't that nice? So I do keep them in sort of a partial sun, partial shade situation, which is what I get on the in front of that shed. If I want shade, it'll be sunny. If I want sun, it'll be in shade. Very confusing part of the yard. Wow, just feast your eyes on those things dangling there. Very Italian of me, isn't it? Very Tuscan. I actually like that candle panel right there. I could possibly be losing some room. Let me lower this a little bit so you could see. I could be losing some ground space right there. You see that? But it's a pretty good situation to try to get them some air. That's so fun, looking at those. I don't know if they'll be edible after I've been treating whiteflies, and I should be doing that right now. It's kind of calming looking at those, isn't it? You may have noticed that I relocated a bird feeder, not the one at the side of the house, but one I had sort of under the patio. One of the hummingbirds does sit on the trellis next to it, and I did see him come to it once, but I don't know that much about hummingbirds, but they seem not, he or she, they seem not inclined to want to be up under that building in that kind of area. I would think it would be more protected from other predators other than myself. But so I put him over here. I can't really run the big birds off out here. Maybe I can't really run them off over there. I do get big birds trying to land on them, including woodpeckers. If I can see them from my office, I bang on the window. Nope. Do I have a bird bath? No. So many people in this neighborhood have enough water. I do have 2 ponds, but I wouldn't recommend the birds drink from them. The geraniums especially took it hard yesterday. Not the plant itself, but the blooms. They all bellied up. That's a massive deadheading project there. Well, I say massive, it's all relative, isn't it? So they got pretty hot yesterday. They're not on drip and they are in the smaller containers. That's not really the problem. It was just the heat. It was just making blossoms just dry up. Not wilt, but just dry up, you know, as if they'd been baked. And of course, you have seen my gloriousness, have you not? This is Autumn Beauty. So it looks like these will not have the really massive heads that the mammoth did last year. And in fact, since I thought that those were mammoth volunteers, I believe they are Autumn Beauty that I misplanted. I don't understand why I would plant them a foot away from the back wall, which is where I really wanted them. I mean, come on, sunflower seeds, how can you miss something like that, you know? I've got you on a tripod and I'm kind of maneuvering it. You see they're a little too far forward. I'm not really sure what that was about. However, buds are smaller and there's going to be more of them. I said, sunflowers, okay, I'm not an expert. First time I grew them was last year. Have what they call, well, you guys know better than I do, a single stem and multi-stem, is that correct? And these are definitely multi-stem. They have multiple buds. In fact, this one on the far, gotta figure out where my finger is. This guy right there, this last one on the right, can you see all of the buds on that? Fascinating. Festive, happy thing, and they're turned toward the sun. And you can see my muskmelon is growing. There he is. So far, just a single, though I have plenty of blooms. The watermelon are probably growing, but I don't need to worry too much. They're in bags, although it would be nice to look at them. Daylilies are getting ready to put out some blooms. We don't talk enough about these 2 hydrangeas, which are finally succeeding. I don't know what the base or stem of a hydrangea looks like. These look very fragile, but they were half dead. They came in those bags, you know, bare root. One was just a little twig, which they're not much thicker than that. The other, and I got them from the big box store, the other had 1 leaf on it. I planted them, that leaf died. They put out a couple leaves, died again, and this is what they're doing. I think I've started them this year, didn't I? At any rate, the proven winners are in terrible, terrible shape. Terrible shape. I need to cut back what's dead. Some of the stems are dead. Not woody either, just kind of a messy dead. But I'm glad to see something's doing well in the hydrangea department. I have high hopes for Hydrangea World. I think today is just watering. As far as garden chores, now I could wrestle that tomato. I don't know. It's really hard to want to do anything at 100 degrees. The sun sugar, I could bring that down, clip it. Certainly I could cut back some of the dead leaves on the sunflowers. Might be time for another hydrogen peroxide treatment. I think I did that really early in the morning. That's right. Along with everything else, bugs or whatever. Those need to be done really early. Beans took quite a hit yesterday in the wind, in the heat. This actually looks like a fungus, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Maybe they're getting overwatered. Yeah, maybe so. It's hard to believe anything gets overwatered in. Oh, I didn't realize I have another one open over here for the neighbors and everybody walking by to appreciate. It's more of the Autumn Beauty look, the sort of the orangey. There he is. Yeah, he's a pretty boy. I never even saw him coming. I don't think that's a good idea. I'm gonna find another place for him. I've relocated it to here. This will be a little shadier. The other hummingbird feeder is on a shepherd's hook right over there. They are 10 feet apart, but I don't think it's good for the product to be baking in the sun. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you. So this volunteer marigold, which is just about taking over this cherry tree's pot. Look at those fun colors. I think that's what they call it, French marigold, isn't it? Oh, look at those fun colors. All right. Finally, my boy came out of hiding. Here we go. There he is, right there. He's much lighter color than he looks. Let's see if I can point him out. He's my baby lizard. In the sun, he'll have a blue tinge. He thinks I can't see him right now. He's a big boy too. He's been eating a lot of somethings. I love him. Look at him stuck in there. He's so cute. My little guy, yeah. He just sits there. Then he'll move up, maybe sit on the wall. I don't know what he'll do in 100-degree weather. I don't really know what he's eating. Last year he was eating crickets, but they're not here yet. If they come back at all, I hope they don't. It was awful. All right, I gotta go inside, say goodbye to my little friend. Bye. I've got to head inside and get to work. Thank you for joining me in the garden today. See ya.